of man's first disobedience, and the fruit of that forbidden tree, whose mortal taste brought death into the world, and all of our sufferings with loss of Eden, till one greater man restore us and regain the blissful seat. Sing, Holy Spirit, help my story, instruct me, and let me justify the ways of God to men. The evil snake had been kicked out of heaven with his rebel angels to a bottomless world of darkness and fire. For 9 days they lay defeated, until Satan then began to throw around his hateful eyes, viewing his surroundings. This place he was now in was so much more different than the beautiful place he had just fallen from, but he figured he would manage somehow. And he realized next to him was his partner in crime, Beelzebub, and so Satan called out to him,
"If you are Beelzebub, you surely have changed. You were once clothed in light, yet now you join me here in misery. Who knew he was so powerful? Though I still won't apologize, it will be more humiliating to admit defeat. Instead, we should start an eternal war with our grand foe."
After a long conversation, Satan decided that his goal would be to constantly try to ruin God's plan, and start by messing with his new creation, man. Satan, taking the form of a snake, went to the Garden of Eden and met with the Lord's creation, a woman named Eve. He decided to try to trick her into doing what God had forbidden, eating the fruit from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And Eve replied,
"Serpent, your flattery makes me doubt the fruit's power. But where is the tree, and how far is it? There are many trees God has created in this paradise, with fruit that never rot."
Then the serpent answered back,
"It's just beyond these bushes, close by a fountain."
"Lead the way, then."
The snake then led her to the tree. When they got there, Eve said,
"Serpent, I may have taken the time to come here, but we cannot touch or taste this fruit because God has told us not to."
Then the tempter replied,
"God has made you rulers of all the earth, yet you can't eat of this one tree. Something sounds fishy to me."
"We may eat of all fruits of the garden except this one, because if we eat of it, we will die."
The snake tempted and tempted, making the fruit seem like the most wonderful thing in the world. And so Eve plucked and ate of the fruit. Then away went the foul serpent back into hiding amongst the weeds. Once Adam had heard what Eve had done, he stepped back, afraid, and thought for a moment.
Oh, beautiful creation, last and best of God's work. How could you have become so lost? You are now doomed to death, now that you have eaten the fruit. But how can I live without you? Will God create another Eve? I would never be able to forget you. I will stay with you, good times or bad.
Now knowing what to do, Adam went back to Eve.
What a bold thing you have done, though it is too late to take it back. Maybe you won't die, seeing as the snake had done it first, and he didn't die. Maybe if we eat it, we can be gods too, or at least demigods. I doubt God would destroy his greatest creations. So because of my love for you, I will eat the fruit also."
And so Adam also ate the fruit, and everything seemed fine. But after a while, though, the two of them started having emotions they had never felt before. Anger, hatred, mistrust. They soon realized they were naked and hid, covering themselves with fig leaves.